we can all admit here collectively that indie filmmaking and storytelling is, in my opinion, some of the most powerful ways to get stories through. Mm-hmm. Studios don't know what they're doing. They're running in tentpole scenarios and they're trying to regurgitate reused IPs over and over again because they're afraid. And unless they can start helping in a sense where they can shift their model and yeah, I get it. You got to pop off a Captain America or a Marvel. And by the way, love those movies. So do my kids. I'm okay with that. Fantastic Four is like, let's go, let's rock. But I think if they can support really good stories and storytelling, or even the indie filmmakers, we can get more of those out there. And they can become commercial. It doesn't always have to be something shiny with special effects, right? It can be your Braveheart. Well, that was a studio film. That's different. But it could be your Notebook, and you can feel good.
Yeah.
It could be Eternal Sun, the Spotless Mind. I'm saying that title wrong, but ADHD. There's so many films in my brain, and I can't even go through all of them, but that can have societal impact and have a good message and be done correctly. And I think the biggest challenge is how do we get those stories financed and to the right actors that can execute. Sometimes you can have the strongest and the right actors for the part, but the financiers and our studios will want a shiny face. And this is the biggest challenge in indie filmmaking because I am a working actor. I'm not a big A-lister to a lot of people. I am to my kids, and that's all that matters. Dad, you should have been Superman. I'm like, God bless you, kid. Yes, brown Superman. But it's I don't know. I think just in regards to whatever it is, the fight's worth it. So whatever the challenges are, we just need to continue. As a producer, as a writer, as an actor for myself, as what you guys do with Harbor Fund, it's like we need to continue to push through the stories we know that matter and that can create beautiful, feelings, societal impact. I keep using that word, but it's so true. And just finding ways to make it happen. Whether it's splashing with A-listers, whether it's flipping to studio, or whether it's just doing it the indie way because that's the only way that story can be told, and then doing our best to put it out there and letting the universe carry it with whatever P&A funds that we have, with whatever marketing ideas we have, and going from there.
Well, this is what, when I first pitched Freddie the idea for Harbor Fund, and he comes from the industry, and he was just such, he's been such a gift to me in my life, and he really got it because when we were thinking about the Harbor Fund, the idea of having it as a venture capital shaped nonprofit, the fact that we can diversify through a portfolio, you could have some of these very niche stories that are indie made that don't have the A-lister, that the budgets are much more reasonable.
Right.
They're taking these smaller bets. And if they aren't commercially viable, which is usually the case, unfortunately, they can kind of be held up by, some of the projects that we're getting carved in on. Like we have this new Hershey movie that,
I saw that. Congratulations.
Thank you. And it's going to be out next year. And Hershey is getting behind it the way Mattel did Barbie. I mean, it's going to be, everyone's going to know about this movie. Yeah. Alexander Daddario stars in it, and Mark Waters, who did Mean Girls, is the director. It's just a beautiful cast and crew.
Very
and
cool.
Ultimately, a movie like that, if it's commercially viable, which is looking really positive that it will, because it has such big P&A and a brand behind it and such amplification, the ability to then offset the cost of all those indie films by the portfolio, making this fund sustainable. And Freddie got that immediately. But Freddie, what was it, for you as a creative, like you've been a part of indie, you've been a part of studio, you've been a part of so many different projects over your career. What was it about Harbor that got you most excited when it first was like, hey, you want to do this with me? And then you jumped right in.
You just never wanted to do anything with me before.
That's not true. I'm always trying to hang out with you. Cool kid.
I believe you on that. That's
right. You can see that,
smiles
right?
And the jolly, like,
hey, please, can I hang out, Lindsay?